Thank you all for being here today. My name is Malik Al-Yusuf. I'm a first-year MBA student at MIT Sloan. And on behalf of the organizing committee, I'd like to welcome you all to the first pitch case competition sponsored by Ticketmaster. Before we begin this competition, I'd like to introduce our panel of judges from the sports industry. So we have Mike Bernstein, Vice President of Research and Analytics at Wasserman. We have Kurt Schwarzkopf, Senior Vice President of NBA and NHL Teams and Arena at Ticketmaster. And Lisa Cutter, Vice President of Marketing at Orlando Magic. So I'd like to thank you all for being here today. And for this competition, we had 44 global teams participating from graduate schools from around the world. And today we have the 3 finalists today presenting their case on how to develop a strategy for Ticketmaster to better partner with the NBA teams. And the 3 finalists today, so we will begin with the first team from Cornell University. So please welcome the team from Cornell University. Each team will have 10 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes for judges' Q&A.
Good morning. My name is Jason Lee, and I'm joined on stage by Matthew Langton and Franklin Nguyen, and we're MBA students from Cornell University. First, we'd like to thank Ticketmaster, MIT Sloan, conference organizers, and other sponsors for providing us and other graduate students the opportunity to present this case. The 3-and-D player is finally receiving his just due as one of the most valuable commodities in today's NBA. It's no surprise that NBA teams love a player who can compete on both ends of the court. Now, we recommend that Ticketmaster do the same. We propose a 3D strategy, a strategy that draws inspiration from the 3-and-D player. We are confident that with this strategy, Ticketmaster can ensure that it will remain a valued and trusted partner of the NBA and its teams for years to come. This strategy calls for Ticketmaster to defend its core ticketing business, and then differentiate from an increasingly crowded field, and finally, disrupt the industry that it operates in. So how do we get there? First, we conducted research, and we were able to identify some key trends. We then organized these key trends into 3 buckets: the consumer, which is the NBA fan, the client, which is the NBA team, and the competition. Next, we took a deep dive into Ticketmaster and its core competencies. Ticketmaster has 40 years of experience partnering with NBA teams and other professional teams. It also has the advantage of sheer size, counting over 500 million fans as loyal customers around the world. In an age where data is king, Ticketmaster is literally sitting on a gold mine. Ticketmaster has also shown a commitment to investing in innovation and technology, and this will serve it well moving forward. Now let's take a look at the competitive landscape. Getting its roots as a ticketing company, it's no surprise that Ticketmaster must face competition from other ticketing companies. However, it also faces competition from the at-home experience, which provides an alternate substitution. Over 50% of fans now prefer to watch games from the comforts of their own home, and with the creation of new technology such as virtual reality, this is a growing threat. Ticketmaster also faces competition from companies with a wider business focus, and these companies strive to acquire, analyze, and leverage data, which they then provide new development and monetization strategies for NBA teams. Now, I'd like to pass the microphone to Matthew, who will walk us through our defend, differentiate, and disrupt strategy.
Thanks, Jason. So now that we've had a chance to talk about Ticketmaster's competitive advantages, as well as the current competitive landscape, let's talk about what it will take for Ticketmaster to remain the #1 player in the ticketing industry. In its role as the #1 player within the ticketing industry, to ensure success now and in the future, Ticketmaster needs to defend, differentiate, and disrupt. Our chronological 3-pronged approach to properly addressing its 3 major stakeholders: the consumer, the client, and the competition. Let's dive into these 3 C's. The consumer, in this case, NBA fans. NBA fans are demanding, NBA fans are busy, but most importantly, when you deliver a positive customer experience to the NBA fan, NBA fans are loyal. This means personalization and customization. It means delivering compelling mobile experiences that result in valuable face-to-face interaction. Also, let's give NBA fans what they want, flexibility. And lastly, let's recognize and reward loyalty from these fans. Secondly, the client, NBA teams. Ticketmaster values its relationship with NBA teams. It recognizes that it is no longer enough to just be a ticket processing service for these teams. It must serve as a business partner and continue to provide innovative solutions that will further reestablish the in-game experience as truly the #1 way to take in a game. Lastly, the competition. Competitors see openings in the market. They continue to merge, they're looking to integrate primary and secondary ticketing solutions, and they're becoming increasingly fan-centric. For Ticketmaster to stay at the forefront of this industry, it must beat its competitors at each of these games and be first to market. With that said, if Ticketmaster is able to effectively deliver on the defend, differentiate, and disrupt strategies, it controls its own destiny now and in the future. So let's dive into the defend stage of our approach. The defend stage of our approach involves 2 major action points, both enhancements to the current mobile app offering that Ticketmaster has. The first of these is social seating. Social seating will give fans the ability to choose who they sit with and where they sit. Previously, fans have been at the mercy of who they sit with at a game. But it's very important to recognize the large variety in demographic and psychographic profiles at an NBA game. For example, if we're at TD Garden, we could have the diehard millennial Celtics fan, the casual NBA fan, and the father who's taking his 10-year-old son to his first NBA game. Each of these fans want very different things in their in-game experience. If that father doesn't want to sit next to a rowdy bunch of Celtics fans, social seating will allow him to make that choice. By delivering this personalization and customization to NBA fans, we can increase loyalty, all the while helping Ticketmaster build data through this information on its consumers. The second phase of our defense strategy involves an additional enhancement to the mobile application that will deliver a seamless customer journey from point of purchase to game time. If that same Celtics fan is eyeing up a game this Saturday and he decides he wants to go there with 3 of his friends, he can use the Ticketmaster app, reserve 4 tickets, invite his friends who can then all make payment all through the Ticketmaster app. Once everyone is in for the game, these 4 friends can buy fan gear from the NBA store via the app. They can reserve an Uber to take them to the game in advance, and when they're in that Uber, order their food and concessions to be waiting for them at the stadium. This again further reinforces the importance of customization in the fan journey, but perhaps most importantly, the application results in a positive social experience which every fan wants and which truly differentiates the in-game experience different from watching it at home. By effectively delivering on these 2 action points, Ticketmaster can properly execute the defend phase of our approach. With that, I'd like to hand it off to Franklin to talk about our differentiate strategy.
Thanks, Matt. So within our differentiate strategy, we have 2 recommendations. The first of which is the tertiary marketplace. Currently, we see 2 marketplaces, the primary and secondary marketplace for ticket sales. With our new marketplace in the Ticketmaster application, we will allow fans in the game to offer up their tickets for either a profit or non-profit option. So what does this mean? This means that the 4 Celtics fans who are sitting in the nosebleeds now have the ability to in-game upgrade their seats closer to the court for a better in-game experience. This also allows the fan that was offering the seats to be able to leave early and recoup some of their costs. In the end, this creates additional turnover on the ticket, providing additional revenue to Ticketmaster. Our second recommendation is the Stretch Pass. The Stretch Pass is an evolution of the traditional season ticket. This will allow the season ticket holder to allocate points towards the games that they truly want to go to. Additionally, tying in with social seating, they'll be able to not only choose where they want to sit, but with whom they want to sit as well. This further provides added flexibility to the fan for a better and more customized experience. Additionally, NBA teams will still see upfront revenues from the purchase of the stretch pass. First, there was static pricing. Then we saw dynamic pricing. Today, we're offering to you fan queue pricing. Aggregating data from ticket sales, as well as social seating and the upgrades to the Ticketmaster application, we'll be able to truly understand the fan. And by doing so, we'll be able to not only understand their preferences, but also understand their true lifetime value. And so in this regard, we'll be able to provide them a better experience. And in our example on the right-hand side, for example, we will be able to provide them perhaps a discounted rate on their ticket. But because we better understand the customer, we'll be able to see additional back-end revenue from additional purchases in merchandise, food, and beverage. So what does this mean? This means Ticketmaster will become a true revenue-sharing partner of the NBA and its teams. In summary, if we're able to concentrate on the consumer, the client, the competitor, and offer our 3D approach of defend, differentiate, and disrupt, we believe that we'll be able to provide nothing but net profit for Ticketmaster and its affiliates. Thank you very much.
First question I guess I had, so going back to, I'm trying to remember what concept this was, the mobile app enhancements. What is it that sort of gives you conviction that the fan, the consumer, is going to want all of these capabilities? Most probably already have an Uber app, right, on their phone. Probably have, if I'm a Magic fan, right, have a team app on my phone. So why am I going to want to go to another destination, right, that provides some high-level integration, but is ultimately sort of a step removed from the actual, property or vendor itself?
Sure. So for us, the way that we're viewing this experience is point of purchase is where it's that really first touch point that consumer, or the fan in this case, decides that they want to embark on this journey to the game. So rather than needing to go into each individual app, which agreed they are currently comfortable using, if they can somehow associate the Ticketmaster app from the booking of the ticket, and then thereby integrating each step along the way within that app, we actually think that provides less friction and an ability for them to take care of everything relating to that game experience, not just while you're at the game or not just the purchase, but everything along the way, making that a more seamless experience for them rather than needing to hop onto different apps throughout the process.
Question for you on social seating. How do you envision fans being able to identify like-minded fans so that they can choose the section that will best match their interests and the experience they're hoping to have?
Yeah, sure. So there is the general, demographic information that, and obviously, we would give fans the option to either opt in or opt out of doing this, as they could have concerns about privacy or things along those lines. But when we think about the NBA fan, we really think what's most important, rather than just the age range, is really the psychographic profile of them and how they associate with and relate to the actual team. In our layout here, one thing we laid out in particularly was your avid Celtics fan, or your avid basketball fan, and then your more casual fan. And if we did want to build additional steps in this, maybe it's even, what do they like to do when they're at the game? Do they like to have a few beers when they're at the game? Do they like to interact and meet other people? In particular, if I think about the millennial segment who really search out and seek for that face-to-face interaction, maybe the millennial would look to want to have more of an engaging session where they can actually meet others there, whereas some might prefer to stay to themselves.
Thank you.
So the upgrade during a game for people who are leaving early, so there's already teams doing kind of buy a standing room only ticket. They can get the ticket assigned to them right before tip-off with kind of unsold seats or no-shows. In your proposal, you're proposing that if a fan's upstairs and there's a courtside seat holder, as an example, who decides to leave the game at halftime, how would you propose that transaction happen on your app concept, where they actually deliver the barcode back to you guys to then give to someone in the upper deck and then account that money into the courtside's account?
So just to clarify, you want to know the actual execution and implementation of the idea? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, just walk me through
Sure.
what you're thinking on how that would actually happen in real life in arena.
Definitely. So imagine Franklin, Matt, and I are at the Celtics game. We have a final we forgot to study first, so we need to head out at halftime. We select the option for the ticket to be put back for sale at a certain price. When we leave the arena, the app recognizes that we have left, and that ticket is now officially up for sale. Fans in the nosebleeds or in a different view that want to have a better vantage point, they could then opt to purchase with the Ticketmaster app. And then at that point, they would be issued a new barcode, and they would receive access to the lower level.
Okay, not to put you on the spot, but in real life, how do you know the person has scanned out? How would you execute that piece?
I mean, it would require for the fan, if the fan wants to sell the ticket, it's his responsibility to scan out.
Got it.
If he forgets that process, then there's only so much that Ticketmaster and the NBA teams can do on the front end, and it's the responsibility of the fan. I mean, over time, I think Ticketmaster can improve with the teams to make it a little bit easier, but initially there will be a bit of a learning process, a learning curve.
That was the right answer. Good job.
Can you speak a little bit more about the stretch pass? You articulate it as the fan getting to choose kind of their experience. How do they make the commitment up front? Are they paying a flat fee and then making those choices as the season unfolds, or how do you see that working?
Right. So as a season ticket holder in the past for the Clippers, you pay money up front and you receive tickets which are at a discount of the face value. So it'd be a similar concept. I want to allocate $5,000 a year to the Clippers, but I don't want to be committed to the entire season or even to a seat because I want flexibility and I'm traveling. And so with that, I would get the same credit of points, dollar amount, and I could apply that whether it be on the primary or secondary market on the Ticketmaster app.
That's it. Good job, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of seeing how you would logistically think through it.
So next, we have the Old Dominion University team.
Good morning. My name is Alexandra Iqbal, and today I, along with my team members, Fatou Diouf and Rohit Dalal, will be presenting how Ticketmaster can become a better business partner for NBA teams. First, we would like to discuss our analysis of Ticketmaster's competitive landscape and core competencies. Then we will dive into the core of our presentation, looking at 5 recommendations for how Ticketmaster can improve their current offerings to NBA teams. Then we will discuss a 4-year implementation plan for these recommendations, and then we will look at our concluding thoughts for Ticketmaster. Now I'll hand off to Rohit, who will discuss the Ticketmaster competitive landscape.
Thank you, Alex. So Ticketmaster is the largest industry player in primary market and second to StubHub in secondary market. As of 2014, Ticketmaster ranked top 5 most visited retail website. But most interesting fact is that the 50% of the all visitors, more than 50% of the all visitors are mobile app users. So in order to increase the engagement of millennials, Ticketmaster have to introduce more interactive app features. During 2013 and 2014, Ticketmaster ended up losing some portion of market share to StubHub. Let's talk about the key advantages. So Ticketmaster have one unique key advantages that's unique in itself as Ticketmaster Plus. So this will allow users to see both primary and secondary market prices at the same platform, but it also have another advantages too. Ticketmaster advantage with merger of Live Nations is increase the brand awareness of Ticketmaster, but it also allow Ticketmaster to minimize their operation expenses. One of the key problem of Ticketmaster is the existence of secondary market that is growing faster than primary market itself. Moving on to our 5 recommendations, Alex and Fatu will discuss on data analysis, secondary market, season ticket model, and our mobile app, and our annual membership program.
Thank you, Rohit. So based on our analysis of the data provided, Ticketmaster should stimulate its secondary market in order to increase revenues. Although Ticketmaster captures a significant part of the secondary market value through transaction fees, low-price tickets are sold at a premium. As of now, most of this surplus is taken by a few brokers that represent a small percentage of the secondary market accounts. This shows an unexploited potential for the NBA teams to gain additional revenues. The secondary market could also be made much more efficient because only 1 out of 4 tickets posted on the platform is resold. So we recommend Ticketmaster to jointly optimize transaction fees, percentage of variable pricing tickets, and price elasticity of demand to maximize revenue while reducing risks of unsold tickets. This graph shows a model to predict the secondary market prices for tickets under $200. The independent variables are the ticket's face value and the time between transaction to game. Time between transaction to game is a very important parameter because, as you can see on this graph, most of the secondary market purchases occur within 10 days of the game. So by reserving a portion of the tickets for variable pricing, Ticketmaster could share additional revenues with its partners. Another key recommendation is to leverage live analytics to enhance mass customization opportunities. Ticketmaster and its partners should use the data collected through live analytics to refine segmentation and propose products that are more tailored to each customer segment. This will benefit the NBA teams as they will have access to Ticketmaster database, which consists of millions of transactions, as well as survey research conducted on 100,000 of customers annually. This could also be a strong incentive to attract the other NBA teams. Next, the classical season ticket doesn't work for everyone, especially for millennials, and partly because it's expensive. So Ticketmaster should create a mobile reward and purchase system for NBA fans. We call this system Hoops. Millennials will be attracted by its flexibility, its low upfront cost, and its convenience. So how does it work? An app is made available on all major mobile platforms. Hoops are used to purchase anything related to an NBA game, and the value of a hoop is tailored for each team, and hoops are transferable between teams up to a certain amount. This will, hoops are sold at all times during the season and at a preferential rate in the beginning of the season. This will increase predictability by assuring revenues for the NBA teams. It's also an opportunity for new data collection and feedback, and we strongly believe that Hoop could be a stepping stone for future season ticket sales from millennials as their purchasing power increases. Now, Alex will present you the other 2 recommendations.
Now, for our 4th recommendation, we look at Ticketmaster's mobile app. In order to engage the millennial consumer, Ticketmaster needs to create more personalized features on their mobile platform. We suggest 3 features, including live streaming of events, transportation, and beacon technology. For live streaming of events, say I go to my phone and there's an event, an NBA game that I'd like to attend, but I cannot find a ticket within my price range. Why not on the same screen have the capability to purchase live streaming of that event right then and there? For transportation to and from an event, say I purchase a ticket. Once I purchase the ticket, I have directions to and from the venue, as well as public transportation, Uber, and rideshare options. For beacon technology, once I'm in the stadium, why not have Ticketmaster's mobile app send notifications to a fan, say they're passing a concession stand. They could receive a coupon to buy one, get one free for popcorn or pizza. We believe that these 3 key features, if added to the mobile app, would help to gamify and enhance the fan experience, making it more fun and appealing to the millennial consumer. Our final recommendation is for Ticketmaster to create an annual membership program. We're calling this program Ticketmaster Prime. Ticketmaster Prime would benefit Ticketmaster because it would provide a predictable revenue and customer base. The key features and key benefits that we think this Ticketmaster Prime program should offer are Transaction Prime, so a discounted transaction fee within the secondary market, early access to purchasing tickets, live streaming, free live streaming of events, and something called no-show. No-show would be the capability if you say you purchase a ticket 3 months in advance, but find out 2 weeks before that you cannot attend the event that you cannot attend the event anymore. Well, if you put this ticket on the secondary market at least 10 days ahead of time, and you are unable to sell it on the secondary market, Ticketmaster will guarantee a certain percentage of the face value of the ticket to the consumer. Now that we have discussed our recommendations, let's look at our 4-year game plan. We believe that live analytics is an immediate actionable item because the company and the product already exist. All that Ticketmaster needs to do is reposition their marketing of this product. They need to reposition it to differentiate live analytics from the other live analytic companies out there to the NBA teams. Second, we believe that in the secondary ticketing market, our recommendation for this, there are certain actionable items that can be used, and it can be launched in 2017. We see this because in the secondary market, we have the analytics for the primary and secondary market. All we need to do is create a variable pricing model. For Ticketmaster Prime, we see this as being launched in 2018 because there are key features and negotiations as well as discussions that would cause for Ticketmaster to be launched in 2018. This would be because of focus groups and various surveys that would provide what would be the most profitable offerings and benefits for Ticketmaster, as well as what would be the most appealing benefits to the consumer. For our mobile app feature, we see this in 2017 and 2018, depending on the partnerships and developments necessary for these key features. For Hoops, we see this taking the most amount of time because it would be negotiations and necessary between all NBA teams. We suggest there being a beta analysis and beta test of this event of Hoops for at least one NBA team ahead of time. In conclusion, we think that Ticketmaster can be a great business partner for NBA teams if they follow our 5 recommendations over the next 4 years. Thank you for your time.
I can go ahead and start us real quick. Going to your Hoops idea, which is great. You mentioned it was transferable between teams. Can you dig a little deeper on your concept behind how it would transfer from team to team?
Okay, suppose you go to a business trip to another NBA participating city. You could use your Hoops up to a certain point to watch a game in that other city. But we would like to limit the number of transferable Hoops in order to assure some revenue to the teams that were involved in the beginning of the game.
One thing I'd like to add to that, and that she said on the slide as well, is that a hoop for one team is not equal to the value of the hoop of another team. So say for the Brooklyn Nets and the Knicks, perhaps one Nets hoop is worth, or two Nets hoops is worth one Knicks hoop. And so that would also add to your transferability when you go to different venues.
So the concept is that the team who gets the transferred hoop would have an upsell opportunity because the hoop's not as valuable. So there's actually a cash transaction on top of the hoop?
No, in fact, when you buy it in the beginning, this money will go to the first team. But then when you transfer it, some part of the money will go to the second team.
Got it.
That's the concept behind it.
Got it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Staying with hoops for a moment, do they roll over from season to season, or do you see the purchaser making kind of a one-season commitment and then sort of starting again?
No, at the end of the season, when you have some hoops remaining, you can transfer, you can keep some of them when you pay a convenience fee. You can keep the hoops up to a certain amount, but the other hoops will be forfeit then.
So staying on the hoops theme, how would you execute this? Only a certain percentage of NBA teams are actually affiliated with Ticketmaster. So how would you do that across, ticketing fulfillment providers?
Well, seeing as 24 out of the 30 teams are currently using Ticketmaster, we believe that we could produce negotiations with the other 6 teams to see if they would want to use this mobile platform. One way that we could pitch the idea is the fact that when you only have access to the analytics of data of ticketing, you can only utilize that data for your consumer. But if you were able to have access to the concessions within the stadium, to the parking within the stadium, how Hoops is convenience and a mobile wallet for the entire venue, you would also have access to everything else within the stadium that your consumer and fan is doing. And that is a part of data analytics that right now other companies are not able to offer.
I'd like to add that this could also be an incentive for the other teams to join Ticketmaster.
I like that.
Another question, and by the way, I love some of these data-driven recommendations and about the holdback, but switching gears for a second and sort of consistent with the question I asked the Cornell team, you propose sort of, if you can't make the game, you can live stream through your phone. Again, why would I go to Ticketmaster? And by the way, assuming they can even get the rights to that, because the NBA isn't going to give that for free, and I can go to the NBA app or whomever their telecom partner is du jour. Why would Ticketmaster be the destination for that?
So I hate to admit it, but in the millennial generation, we tend to be lazy individuals. And if it's all in one place, it's a convenience factor. The convenience factor that I wouldn't have to go to the Uber app, and the second that I buy my ticket, I would know, okay, I'm going to have an Uber or I can have a ride share right to the second that I have this venue. It's what saves you five minutes of trying to figure out the rest of the time that could be spent watching the game instead of being on your phone. Or the fact that when you look and you can't find a ticket that is within your price range, the fact that the live streaming is right there, we're providing that as the convenience benefit.
What is the convenience of live streaming? I'm probably purchasing a ticket a couple, 2-3 days in advance, so, right? I don't need to stream the game right then.
So I guess we should have explained that better, but it wouldn't be live streaming at that time. It would be live streaming of the event when it's occurring. Right. So say you're going to purchase the ticket 5 days in advance, but you can't find one that is a price that you want, then you're purchasing live streaming, but only for that event. So it would have to be on the mobile platform. You would only have access to live streaming that specific game.
Nice job.
Thank you. And now we have the McGill University team.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for having us here today. We're very, very happy to be here. Please allow me to take a brief moment to introduce our team to you. We're from McGill University, and this is Jorge Tato, Christian Matthews Gagné, and I'm Deepti Call. Ticketmaster has firmly established itself as the market leader in the ticketing industry with $23 billion of gross transaction value in 2014 alone. What we're here to do today is actually help Ticketmaster with some recommendations that will allow it to maintain its current market position, while also improving some of the partnerships that it has with some teams in the NBA. We believe that there are three current factors that are impacting the ticketing industry and Ticketmaster in particular. And these are the changing fan demographics, their evolving consumption patterns, and also the new offers that competitors are coming up with. We believe that there are still some untapped revenue opportunities as well that Ticketmaster really needs to leverage on by utilizing its existing core capabilities and while investing in some new solutions. I'm now going to pass it over to Christian, who's going to go over some of the information that we use to come up with our recommendations.
Thank you, Deepti. Okay, so when we took a look at the competitive space, there are a few things that really jumped out to us. To begin with, it's getting increasingly crowded, both in the primary market and in the secondary market. And as this slide tells us, there are a few competitors that are continuously rolling out innovative solutions. For example, one is now offering its clients an integrated platform. And this is aimed at providing not only ticketing services, but covers other areas as well, such as concessions management. And this told us that Ticketmaster is facing very real threats and is actually being attacked on all sides. Beyond this, the profile of the modern fan is changing. In fact, 67% of millennials claim that they are attending events less often. But this does not mean that they are any less of a fan. They simply have more ways than ever to consume all of this content. And as a group that places a high value on experiences, this is actually an opportunity that Ticketmaster and the NBA can capitalize on. And they can do this by rolling out services that really enhance the experience at the game and by providing creative, flexible ticketing options that really meet the needs of this group. So Ticketmaster's relationship with the fan does not have to end when they enter the venue, and you don't stop being a fan when the game ends. The modern fan is glued to a mobile device, giving both the NBA and Ticketmaster the opportunity to come up with new ways to engage them in meaningful ways and to unearth new revenue streams. So Ticketmaster is in a very strong position currently, and not by some fluke. With incredible market presence, strong technological capabilities, a secure platform, and experience when it comes to leveraging data, they're actually in a very good position right now. And our specific recommendations suggest that they build on these existing core competencies. What this is going to do is mitigate some risk, as Ticketmaster in the short term will be playing to its strengths. But now to keep things moving forward, I'm going to pass it on to my colleague Jorge, who's going to take us into these first two specific recommendations in greater detail.
Thank you, Christian. So what exactly are our 5 recommendations? I'm going to take you, like Christian said, into detail on the first 2, as they directly address the challenge that was given to us. Then we'll go on to describe the remaining recommendations, but we'll go into detail in the Q&A if you guys want. So our first recommendation reimagines the current season ticket to fit the needs of the modern fan. We came up with this recommendation very organically as we place ourselves as modern NBA fans interested in a season ticket. And we identified that the current model does not fit our needs, especially because attending all games in a season could be very hard. So by sharing a season ticket with friends or even with strangers and being matched directly on the Ticketmaster application would allow us to attend just the games that fit our schedules. Furthermore, because we're building a community with these people that we're sharing these tickets with, we'd be enhancing our experience. We also identified that there are fans that are willing to go to all of the games in a season. However, like Mike mentioned in his talk yesterday, some, for example, young millennials are not able to afford these amazing season passes that they want to purchase. So Flex-Pass offers an affordable option that will allow them to attend only the games that fit their schedule. And it provides them with random upgrades of seats so they can enjoy the game from better seats. These both models build on the existing capabilities that Ticketmaster has. Ticketmaster also has a technological infrastructure to implement them very, very fast. This will build on the NBA's fan base. It will increase the number of season tickets sold. And since these both models are sold at a premium of 10 to 15%, will guarantee higher than current profits. one of the insights we uncovered from the data that was provided to us is that on average, 23% of the season tickets go unused throughout the season. Now, by providing these pricing tools in the secondary market, Ticketmaster will ensure that there are more tickets that are sold. The dynamic pricing option for the secondary market allows the convenience and an easier process for the fans to price their tickets, as Ticketmaster will post the tickets for them, will sell them for them, and will price them for them. For those fans that want to have the convenience or that want to take more control over the process, they can take advantage of the real-time pricing tips provided by Ticketmaster according to demand to optimally price their tickets. Now, by optimizing the secondary market, we're going to be ensuring that more tickets are being sold, and we're going to ensure that there's a triple win situation, where the NBA will benefit from higher fan attendance, Ticketmaster will benefit from higher profits in both the primary and secondary market, and the fan will benefit from better priced tickets. Now I'll pass it on to Deepti, who will go on to explain our remaining recommendations.
Thank you, Jorge. Our third recommendation is LeapFrog, which is a feature that will allow fans to buy the unused or the unattended tickets in a game. This is a way in which Ticketmaster will be able to extend the relationship that they have with the fan beyond just the original ticket that was sold to them. This is very different from the models that competitors currently offer in the marketplace, because fans can actually select by themselves the amount that they're willing to pay and engage in a bidding process with other consumers, thereby extracting more of their consumer surplus. We believe that since Ticketmaster already has the real-time information on their tickets, this would be relatively straightforward for them to implement. And as Wasserman presented just yesterday in their presentation, the total cost of the ticket is actually not very important in the overall fan experience. So by actually offering such a feature, Ticketmaster would be able to enter a market segment that they are not currently in. The Fanatics sports industry represents approximately $20 billion today. It's very important that Ticketmaster leverage these new technologies that fans are using. If Ticketmaster were to become the official retailer of esports, for example, they would be able to use that platform to cross-sell some NBA tickets to these fans. Building a community on social media is very important to really reach these consumers. By gathering data on them from these social media platforms, Ticketmaster will be able to really offer them some targeted recommendations that meet their needs. For example, just by analyzing a fan's behavior on the score, for example, Ticketmaster can learn what teams these fans are interested in and recommend those games to them. And this is just one of the many ways in which Ticketmaster can use data in the future. Our last recommendation for you is the Ticketmaster Club, which is a loyalty program that's really going to encourage season ticket holders to ensure that all of the tickets within their season ticket are going to be used over the season. If a fan is unable to attend their own season ticket themselves, they can use one of the many other recommendations that we shared with you today to make sure that they sell those tickets. When these fans look back on their year and they see actually how many of their tickets were used, this is also going to make them more likely to renew their season ticket in the next year. And by using all of those methods to sell their ticket, this would be an opportunity for Ticketmaster to just earn more revenue in each way. I'm now going to pass it over to Christian, who's going to go over our implementation strategy with you.
Thank you once again, Deepti. Okay, so how do we get started with all of this? Well, we believe our two core recommendations can be implemented in the next season as pilot programs. But what this is going to do is allow Ticketmaster and the NBA time to optimize the model and work out any potential problems before a much larger scale rollout. The rest of our recommendations are things that can be acted upon immediately, and the sooner they are, the more valuable they'll be in the long term. So the way we see it, following this plan will deliver to Ticketmaster a unique number of new ways that they can add value to clients in as little as just 18 months. So just to briefly summarize for you, we believe our set of recommendations are truly holistic in nature. They really focus on the fan by providing flexibility and customization, ultimately allowing Ticketmaster to put more bums in seats and more concessions in hands. Thank you very much for your time today. Or we should step up.
Great job. I'm actually, as a former team guy and a marketing guy, I locked in on your share seat concept. I instantly went to dating apps and all that and started thinking, well, how could you match up people in different categories on this seat share idea, whether it's a business match, a fan match, a neighborhood match. How would you guys propose seeing that play out?
So exactly just like you mentioned, we imagined it as a dating app. Basically, fans will be matched according to their preferences, their budget, or the seating sections they want, how many people they want to share the ticket with. And we also imagine it as when you join a fantasy league, you can choose the league that you want to join, the one that has the rules that fit your preferences. So that way we can match fans. And since these fans are going to remain constant throughout the season, you'll be able to build friendships with them. You'll be able to share tickets. If you can't make it a game, you just trade it with them, and you'll ensure that you have more people in the stadium at all times.
And you would propose a background check within that app?
We could definitely work something out.
All right, just checking. Don't want to leave anybody getting sued around it.
I'm intrigued by the Ticketmaster Club, and my questions are, did you think about rewarding the fan for something other than attendance? And if so, what made you choose attendance as the priority, as the incentive versus other possibilities?
Thank you for the question. So for the loyalty program, we really wanted to actually encourage customers to make sure that they used all of their tickets, because we felt that, especially from the data that was provided to us, that 23% of the tickets were actually not being used. And so by actually encouraging those customers to make sure that they attend all of the tickets, we felt that those were going to be much more revenue generating opportunities for Ticketmaster, which is why we kind of structured the loyalty program in that way.
And just to add briefly to that, one thing we thought about with this was in terms of companies being able to make sure tickets that they have are used, giving them an option where they could also put them towards kind of like a children's hockey team or something like that, and maybe incorporate some type of corporate social responsibility aspect that makes the company look good, is great for Ticketmaster, and then the tickets are being used and enjoyed, and fans are in the stadium enjoying the game.
The ideas around integrating with daily fantasy or esports, I mean, isn't that essentially sort of just a non-technological solution, but more of a traditional sort of digital marketing, kind of retargeting program? And what is sort of the tech build, or to what extent does that leverage Ticketmaster's capabilities? Because you can go and form that marketing relationship with those destinations, at any point in time, right?
So I can give one example, and on the VR side that we thought of, that we can incorporate maybe a digital map with this new VR, virtual reality capability, so people can see or have a better experience while purchasing the ticket. On the side of esports and fantasy sports, we just wanted to ensure that Ticketmaster is there. We also thought about, for example, on daily fantasy sports sites, having targeted ads that pop up to the customer, and they can purchase a ticket right there on the app without having to leave the game or their profile and having to do some research. They'll have enough information and data about what the consumer likes, and you'll be able to recommend the game that will fit their schedule.
We in red? Are we counting up or are we counting down?
Oh, wow, that was early.
Counting up.
Counting down.
All right. Nice job, you guys.
Nice job.
Thank you.
So thanks again to all of our contestants and our judges. And special thanks to Ticketmaster for sponsoring the case competition. The final results will be announced later today at 4:30 in the Alpha Awards in the third floor ballroom. So thank you all for being here today, and I hope you'll join us then.